Hello guys, it's Mario telling about the story of the hitchhiker, so let's go. As Andrea turned off the motorway onto the road to Brockburn, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and at this time in December it was getting dark by 5 o'clock. So the sun was already falling behind the hills, and Andrea shivered. It wasn't cold in the interior of the car, but the trees bending in harsh wind and the patches of yesterday's snow heaped in the fields made her feel chilly inside. And it was another 10 miles to Brockburn, and dim light and winter weather made her feel a little lonely. She would have liked to listen to the radio, but it had been stolen about 2 weeks ago um, outside of her office in London where she works. And she hadn't got around to replacing it yet. And when she was just coming out of the village of Mickley, she saw an old lady standing by the road with a crude handwritten sign saying Brockburn. And she was surprised. She had never seen an old lady hitchhiking. And normally she would never pick up a hitchhiker when she was alone, thinking that it's too dangerous. But the winter weather and the fact that it was a country road with little traffic made her feel sorry for the old lady, and she thought that what was the harm in doing a favor for an old lady? So she pulled up the little way down the road and opened the door. The old lady hurried to get in the car, and when she did get in, she Andrea could see that she wasn't in fact so little. Uh, she was broad and fat, and she threw her big brown shopping canvas bag onto the floor near her feet, and she wore a long shabby dress, and she had a yellow hat pulled down low over her eyes. And the old lady told her in a voice like a whisper, "Thank you, dearie. I'm just going to Brookburn." Yeah. And Andrea asked her, "Do you live there?" Thinking that she had never seen the old lady there in 4 years that she had lived there herself. "No," answered the old lady. "I'm just going to visit a friend. He was supposed to meet me back at Mickley, but his car won't start, so I decided to hitchhike. There isn't a bus until 7, and I didn't want to wait. I knew that some kind soul would give me a lift." Yes, and something in the way the old lady spoke uh, made, and that she had never turned her head and just stared into the darkness, made Andrea uneasy about her. And it was strange. Andrea felt that yes, there was something strange, something odd, and something dangerous. And she looked sideways to the old lady. She studied her hat, she studied her dress, she studied her shapeless body, her arms with their thick black hairs. And stop, thick black hairs, she thought, hairy arms. It wasn't a woman, it was a man. Andrea's blood froze. At first she didn't know what to do, but an idea came into her racing, terrified brain. She, yes, swinging the wheel, she threw the car into a skid and brought it to a halt. Yes, and she shouted, "Oh my God! Oh my God! A child! Did you see a child? I hit a child." And the old lady answered, "No, dearie, I didn't see anything. I don't think that you hit anything." But Andrea insisted, "No, it was a child. I hit a child. Can you get out and have a look, please? There is, if there are anything in the road." And the old lady got out, leaving her bag in the car, on the floor of the car. And as she did it, to investigate, Andrea gunned the engine and accelerated madly away. And she had put a good 3 miles between her and the awful hitchhiker. And then she remembered about the bag lying in front of her on the floor, and she wanted to look inside it, and maybe it would provide some information about the identity of the strange hitchhiker. So she pulled into the side of the road and lifted the bag onto her lap. And when she opened it, she could see only one item. A small hand axe with a razor-sharp blade. And the axe and the inside of the bag were covered with red stains of dried blood. And Andrea began to scream.